So guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here I have the Soundcore Anker V30i. I almost messed up the name right there. Bluetooth 5.3. It says AI enhanced call, situation awareness. Keep in mind, situation awareness is basically saying because of this open ear design right here, you can hear everything around you. And yes, I went outside to test this theory. I played music. I was on a phone call talking to my wife, and I was able to hear all the traffic, everything around me as if I wasn't wearing earbuds. That's what they're for. It's more of a safety thing. And also for people that don't like things directly in their ear. Instead, they'll just hover over the ear canal. Now, they do have 12 hours of battery life in just one charge alone, 36 inside the case, so it'll last all day, a double shift, a triple shift even longer than that. You have IPX5, Bluetooth 5.3. Not sure if I said that in the beginning, but there you go. And just be aware of the fact that the IP rating is for the earbuds themselves, not the actual case. Now, when you see it in person, this is a pretty big and chunky case. Pause. But with that being said, let's get right into this review and see if this is worth the asking price, which they range around, I think, $50 to $60 normally, but they're on sale right now for like $32, $34 on Amazon. If the link is still up there for that discount, I'll post it. Let's get right into this review. So I don't want to waste any time with this review. When you open up the box, it only comes with like an instruction packet. It will come with a small USB-C cable. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I have it right here. This is the USB-C cable, the exact one that comes inside the box. I'll just put that to the side. You can use any cable that you want to. Personally, I think that's too short for me, and I just use my regular cell phone USB-C cable. You're good to go. There is no wireless charging. There's no active noise cancellation, and you're not going to get that with earbuds that are like this because they're not meant to have those features. This is meant to just put on the ear, be comfortable to wear for many hours at a time without the fatigue of having something directly into your ear. But we're going to talk about ear fatigue in a little bit once we get to the music section. But this is the headset itself right here. So this is a very big case. Let's be perfectly clear here. This is a huge case. And let me put this to the side so I can kind of put it in perspective. I'm going to pull out some other headphones. So USB-C in the back, as you can see. This cord right here, this button right here, if you hold this button while the case is open, it'll actually resync the left and right earbud together. Now, some people may wonder why you need to do that. Now, normally, as soon as you open up the headset, it's going to put itself automatically in pair mode, which you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. That's how it initially is. But just on the off chance that the left and the right won't sync, that's what that back button is for. But anyway, this is a really big case. Now, they're not as flexible as I wanted them to be. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the, I have another pair of headphones, the Sport X10. Let me show you this real fast. Give you a comparison real fast for other earbuds that are, one second. Oh, here it is. I got it. I was just trying to find some other earbuds real fast so I can show you a size comparison. So here we go. So this is a pair of Anker buds. See how small this case is? It's a small case. You have these. This is a small pair right here. You have these, which is one of my favorites, the Life Note E's. These are the E's. I took the rubber tips off because, you know, I switch them. Anyway, the point is to show that that's pretty big. This case is monstrous compared to a lot of them. And if you look at this one right here, I was hoping that these had the same rubber tips as the Sport X10. When you look at these, remember this was completely flexible and it's easier on the ear, but you know, to each their own. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it. It still is pretty comfortable. But when you look at this earbud, as soon as you take it out the case, I mean, it's flexible, but you can definitely tell that this doesn't feel as flexible as the one I just showed you. But again, I don't have any issues with this. This hooks around the ear without any problems. As a matter of fact, I actually wear glasses and they're comfortable with these on, especially when I wear them for hours at a time. I was listening to the Rory and Maul, Joe Button podcast, and I didn't have to take them off. But I will say that just be careful of the sound, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. I think they're pretty good. Now, the outside right here, see this little bar right here? That is actually touch, believe it or not. And the touch is very responsive. You have double taps, you have single taps, and you have long presses. And you can change it to whatever you want. So there's no reason for me to tell you what it is right now. We'll go through it when we do the section where we actually go into the Soundcore app. With that being said, I do like them. They feel good in the ear. It did take some time to get used to wearing them when I realized I didn't have to push them in my ear. The sound is actually very, very good as is. And I'm rambling. So let's go on to the next section. I'm going to show you guys how to sync them. So in case you guys were wondering, I already have them synced to the phone. So I unsynced them so I can show you the process of how to actually do this. So all you got to do is pop the case open, which you pull it open. It will require 2 hands. This is a very big and chunky case. I'm just going to give it a second for this to blink. The left side's going to sync to the right and vice versa. And it's going to go automatically in pair mode. So I'm just going to hit my fingerprint, flip that open. Let's go over to Bluetooth. I already had it set up so you can see it. So right here is a Soundcore Life Note 3.3i's. I have the Nord Bud 2s. I have a bunch of different headsets connected to this when I do reviews. But for right now, I'm going to press pair new. And here we go, Soundcore V30i for the persons that can't see it. There we go. I know there's a little glare. I'm going to go ahead and tap that and allow, pair, boom, good to go. That simple, that easy. Now I want to say to the people out there, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, I believe I did that. The back button that you see right here, see if I can get that in focus. Hold on, see if I can, is it in focus? There we go. This button right here actually acts as a pair button. So if you open the case up and hold that, it'll reset the left and right earbud and sync them to one another, just in case the pairing method I just showed you didn't work. So please do be aware of that. And with that being said, obviously you're here for the section that really matters, and that's going to be how they fit. I know you thought I was going to say sound. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk about how they fit. So guys, before you judge my shirt, this was when I was smaller and it's laundry day. So anywho, I have the headphones in right here, and let me just say that they do feel pretty good in the ear. I don't know if you can really see that. I should probably adjust the camera. Actually, let me stand up and show you a bit closer. So they sit right in the ear like so. I don't have any issues with them whatsoever. Now, when you put them in your ear, you're supposed to flip them backwards and hook them, and they're supposed to sit like this in the ear. And again, with the glasses, depending on how big the shaft, I don't know why I can't touch my own face. I'm looking at the camera. This shaft right here, depending on the size of your glasses, they're not all created equally. So you want to make sure that this headset fits. If the shaft is bigger, you might have a little problem with this sitting on your ear, especially if you have smaller ears. But for me, I don't have any problems whatsoever. I've tried them with my glasses on and off, of course. And because I do wear glasses, obviously me keeping them on is more ideal. And I don't have a problem with them. I can sit with these all day long for hours and hours, and I don't have any ear fatigue whatsoever or soreness. And I'm just talking about on standby mode. Now, when listening to music, it is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to actually do a music test coming up. And I want you guys to understand that these should not be played at maximum volume for long periods of time. At least for me, it gives me my cranium, when it vibrates, it does give me headaches a little bit. But that's only if I play it at 100% with something that has a lot of bass and I'm trying to drown out the voices of other people. But you can't really do that with these headphones. That's not what they're meant for. They're open ear designed for a reason. It's for a safety thing. So when you're outside, you want to have both in your ear. You can still hear everything happening around you just fine as if you had these off. And that's the priority, for being honest here. So with that being said, they fit very, very fine. I love the way they feel. I like the way they look. The battery life so far, it's been phenomenal. I don't really have anything negative to say about them whatsoever. And that's pretty much it so far. Anyway, let's go to the music section so I can play some tunes and sing along with you guys. So I got the case right here for you guys. It is currently open. I'm sorry, I'm gonna open it so that I am using the headset. As a matter of fact, let me do this real fast. Let me switch this around, right? I'm gonna put this up. There we go. So as you can see, that's me wearing it. That's my, I use Twitch Studio for the recording, and you see it in my ears. All right, there we go. So let me go back down here and let's do a music test. The part that really matters, how good it actually sounds with quality of music. All right, let me flip that bad boy open. I'm gonna go over here. Let's see, what am I gonna play? Let me play some Future. Where's he at? I should have had the song ready already. I'm doing that review real fast. I'll be out in a second. Okay. You. Good for. Ooh, the bass sounds really good. You're not going to be able to hear it, of course. All the instruments playing in the background sound crispy clear in the song. This is Turn on the Lights by Future. The bass sounds pretty good too. Okay. So let's talk about the audio real fast. The quality is really, really good. And what I mean by that is there is no audio breakage whatsoever. I know with a lot of other cheaper headphones, you tend to get this audio breakage where the higher you turn it up, you know, it'll have this like crackling noise or can't really handle the instruments being played and the sound really suffers. You have highs and lows and it feels like the speakers are really struggling. With the 14, I believe the 14 millimeter drivers, it sounds very clear, very crisp. I like them a lot and I've been using them already. So, you know, I kind of already have a sense of how I feel about the headphones. Now, what I do want to say, and I got to be perfectly clear about this when I say this, if you're sitting in a room with someone else and you're just vibing out, playing the music, listening to a podcast, when they speak to you, you will hear it. You don't have to turn them down. You can hear every word that a person's saying. And by me having both of them in my ears at the same time, some people are going to have an issue with that. And for those people, this is what I'm going to implore you to do. You're going to have to buy earbuds, the kind that go directly in the ear if you're trying to have that noise cancellation. Understand that these, in my opinion, are not a replacement to regular earbuds. This is just a enhanced, like a secondary headset that you will probably use for the people out there that don't want the earbuds directly into their ear. Like I know people that prefer headphones like this and they can go every day just fine. But it's a possibility that for that person that wants to block out sound all around you outside, this isn't going to do that. It's not what their main objective is. But anyway, back to the quality of music. If you ever heard Turn on the Lights, you can hear it's like I'm not going to say it's piano synth. I don't know how you call it, but you could do things in piano in FL Studio. And then you can like right click it. If the pattern is already made, you can change the instrument and you can have the sound that you want. And then you can change the pitch and all that stuff. It sounds very crisp and very clear in this headset. The audio sounds very clear, Future's voice. The bass is still there. Believe it or not, there's some booming bass in this headset for the open ear design. Does it beat out a pair of Beats? No, of course not in bass. Does it beat out a pair of Galaxy Buds? No, that's not what you're supposed to compare it to. Even AirPods tend to have more bass if it's fit in the ear directly because it's directly in your ear canal, but this is hovering on the outside of your ear and never goes deep into the canal itself. So that's why I say it sounds very, very good, especially for the price tag. Soundcore they deliver very well when it comes to music. Now, I do want to also say that if you play this at a higher octave, I was getting headaches. Sorry about that. Speaking too fast, tongue tied a little bit. And I did get soreness on the sides of my head. I did get a headache. But when I turn it down to about 70 to 60%, even 80%, I don't have those headache pains. But if you're listening to anything where it's loud screaming, shooting going on, full I'm about to say Uncharted, like the movies. If you're watching a movie or something, or you're playing a game and you hear a lot of bangs and explosions, this headset could possibly give you a headset. It's not meant for that type of gameplay. You can use it in that regard, but it's more so better for just regular conversations, podcasting, things like that, at a lower octave, in a more quiet setting, even in an office building or something like that. But I'm going to play another song just to kind of give you an idea of how well it does with different climates of music. I'm trying to think what's a good song. I guess Hotline Bling will do. I was going to play something in the rock category, but this will do. Oh, this is not Hotline Bling. Matter of fact, I play Lucid World, Juice World. You know, it's funny, I didn't hear Juice World in years, and I just found out about this artist, like, really paying attention to their music, and I like it. Shame they passed away, though. It sounds really good, though. Wait till the beat drop. His voice is crystal clear on this. And this is the regular equalizer that comes with it. You only have like 2 or 3. Crystal clear. What's the volume at? Yes, give me a little head and turn it down a little bit. About right here. There we go. This is about the safety volume right here that I have it on. Okay, sounds good. Crystal clear. Sounds very good. Vocals don't suffer. Bass doesn't suffer. The tremble, none of it suffers. It feels like everything is, I'm not gonna say perfectly balanced, because this is actually the lower end version. They have like a $199 version headset, which is supposed to have much better sound than this one. I'd imagine it does. But even the lesser tier Soundcore products sound very good in the ear. It's very rare to have a company that just hits it out of the ballpark so many times with their headsets. Though I will say that sometimes it does feel like they kind of use the same drivers for each headset and just add little features around it to justify the price tag. But even so, it still sounds very, very good. So anyone that buys these, even at regular price, if you like the open ear design, this is what you're looking for. The only problem you're really going to have is the fit. Because like I said, all ears aren't created equally. Everybody's different. But in terms of just battery life and quality of sound, I have nothing bad to say about this whatsoever. It even works well with the Steam Deck, but I know someone asked me about playing music, and I was like, I'll start doing that again, because more people play music than they play, not necessarily video games, but the demographic is between kids and adults. It works for both, so I don't want to alienate anybody. With that being said, I don't have any problem with the sound profile. I know this part was super, super long, and I could have just said it in probably 2 minutes, but I'm excited about it, so sue me. Anyway, let's go on to the next section. So this right here is the Soundcore app. For you guys that are wondering, you don't have to sign into the Soundcore app, but you can skip it, I believe, the login. But if you do make one, it does have its benefits. Now, as soon as you sync your headset through the regular Bluetooth, this is what's going to pop up. I also do want to say that this is going to be a sound profile, a double whammy video for the audio of how clear the audio is when speaking to people. Now, keep in mind, I am talking on the headset right now. That's what this voice recording is primarily for, but also to show you the application. Your carrier will determine, like if you have a not Vision Plus, but HD Plus and things like that. I'm Metro by T-Mobile. So, I feel like that might help my clarity a lot, but the headset itself is doing all the heavy lifting. Now, with that being said, you click into this or whatever headset that you have. Some will be eligible, some won't be eligible for software updates and things like that. This is one of them, the V30i. Does have app support. Now, how much app support is a different story. We're about to go through that together. So right here it says sound signatures, and normally this is filled up with like 20 or 30 of them, right? Like 22 about, roughly. This only has 3 sound signatures: podcast, tremble booster, and Soundcore signature. Soundcore signature is what I listened to when I did the sound profile for the music section. That's what I normally do. It doesn't have many, and there's no reason for it to have many because it's an open ear design, so keep that in mind. Now right here, this is the part that matters, the control. You have single presses, double presses, and then you have long presses. Now, in case you're wondering, if you tap each one, it does right or left. It's almost identical between the two. So if you do single press, you have the option between volume up, volume down, next, previous, play, pause, none. Right here, you have double press. You have voice assistant as the added version. And on the long press, you also have voice assistant. Now keep in mind, the left side does the same thing. Now, this might confuse a few people, but I just want you to hear this part real fast. What I did for the headset, or what I'm going to do is, for single press for that one, is going to be change the song, right? And then for double press, it's going to be previous song for me. And long press is going to be probably pause or play, be honest with you. Now, on the right side, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do it this way. So some people, you guys use the left for one side, like to go backwards, volume up and down, things like that. I'm not really big on volume because I can just physically hold the phone and change the volume myself. That's just a minor inconvenience. But right here, let me pause this. Here we go. There we go. Right here, if I use it in single ear mode, I can not only change the song or make the song go backwards, but I can also pause and play it. That's more convenient because how many times are you really going to have both earphones in your ears at the same time? Not everybody does that. Sometimes you just have headphones on at work. Sometimes you might be in the gym, which, to be honest with you, I mean, these are decent. I wouldn't say that they're really gym-worthy headphones. They'll stay on your ears, but if you're doing like reps and sit-ups and different things, they're probably going to fall off. I'm just going to be honest with you. It really depends on the ear type. There are better headphones for the gym. They will work, but it's going to take some getting used to, because I've done some weightlifting at home with some weights, and when I bent down a certain way or something, it felt like they were kind of loose on my ear, even though they weren't. You could tell that it's a possibility they could fall off. But anyway, that's how you do this. This is how I have my setup. Remember, I unsynced the headset and resynced it, so I had to go through that process again. And then over here, if you go to the settings part, let me do this. Let me get out of here for the controls. All right, let me hit this. You have the option for the firmware update. You can also have auto power off. So if you're one of those people where you lose headsets, you take it off, put it on your nightstand, it won't stay on. You have the option to actually, within 60 minutes, 10, 20, 30, or 60 minutes, it'll power off on its own, and then you're good to go. Your phone will be disconnected from the Bluetooth. I personally say never power off, because when I have them in my ears, it means I know where my headset is. And worst case scenario, I will put forget headset if I truly couldn't find it. But I don't have that problem. So again, this is all the customization that this actual headset has. You have right here the tone prompt. I just left it on. I believe it's on when you automatically turn it on, so I just left it alone. I don't have any problems whatsoever. I like it. Shows you the battery life of the case itself, shows you the left or right earbud. It may not give you the actual numeral amount, but this is how it is. Now for Android users, if you go to the settings in Bluetooth, it normally shows you the exact amount of Bluetooth you have based on the percentage. And for Apple users, if you scroll all the way to the left or right, left of your phone where it sees your news feed and stuff, you have an option where you can go ahead and just look at whatever Bluetooth device is connected, and it'll tell you the battery life. So that's how you know. Unfortunately, the app doesn't actually show you percentage-wise in terms of 10%, 20%, that's percentages. It's still good. Either way, I still like it. It's very simplistic. I do plan on doing the firmware update soon. I just wanted to actually show you guys how to use it. And to be honest with you, I kind of forgot about the firmware update. I've just been using it as is, and I still haven't had any connectivity issues whatsoever. So hopefully the firm date update will take care of anything that I'm missing. With that being said, is it worth the asking price? Well, we're going to find out right now. So to answer the question, are these worth it? Yes, they are. They're absolutely worth it. Now, for the people wondering, could you see the same Steam Deck in this entire video? I already unboxed them, used them for some time, use them at work, use them on my commute. So I can definitely tell when it suffers and when it doesn't. I can hear the wind blowing. I can hear everything around me. I can hear my scooter motor. It's like I'm aware of everything going on in addition to what's happening in the streets. And I can still listen to my music, and that's a plus. Though the wind, the cars outside, all of that does overpower the sound profile on this headset, and that's going to make some people mad. But understand, that's what you're buying the headset for, because you want to be aware of what everything's happening around you for safety, obviously. Now, battery life, 13 hours. You get 36 in the case, I believe, but 13 hours of battery life. 12 hours of battery life in the actual headset itself. I didn't test the IP rating aspect of it because it wasn't raining when I was outside, but nevertheless, it works fine. I don't have an issue with it whatsoever. The only downside is I kind of wish that the headset right here was a little bit smaller. The touch buttons are very sensitive. So it's one of those things where you won't have to struggle to tap them. You know, on certain headsets, it's hard to hit the touch buttons. Not on this one. I don't have anything bad to say about it at all. Yeah, it's a solid product, and it's very rare, like I said before, to a company to have so many positive headsets that come out. Even if they release the same product in a different variation, you know you're going to get quality of sound with Soundcore. Now, when it comes to other companies, you know, JLab and stuff like that, JLab came up a long way too, but you could definitely tell that they're, excuse my language, half-assing some of their sound profiles purposefully to try to get you to pay for a more expensive product. While Soundcore is like, listen, long as you buy something we got, we are good to go. I love this headset. This is going to be my everyday headset. I showed you guys earlier this one right here, which is the, press this button. This is the Sport X10, I believe they're called. Forget. But these guys right here, I did a review on this one too. This is one of my favorite. I gave them to my wife. It had a physical button instead of a touch. And I think this had like 8-hour battery life, noise cancellation, all that good stuff. And she loves these, so she beat me up and stole them from me, robbed me blind. So I ended up buying these as a replacement, even though sound quality wise, this is a rubber earbud that goes in the ear. These are going to sound better, but this is going to, this is just better for me in general. I'm an older man now. I'm about to be 38. And I don't want stuff just directly in my ears. I'm like, oh, loud noise. You know, I'm at that stage in my life. So this works very well for me. But anyway, like and subscribe like always. I'm going to put the link in the description, like I said earlier in this video, for anyone that wants to just go into the website itself, check them out. If you want to want the Amazon link to where I got them, I'm not making $1 from this. So understand, this is not to sell you something and then say I profit. I'm not making $1 off of this. I just thought they were really good, and I hope you appreciate this review. And with that being said, peace, be safe, all that good stuff. See you in the next video.